I couldn't agree more. I think there are opportunities everywhere, but I think the important thing is, and I think Stephen Chu made the comment about low-hanging fruit, but there's actually fruit on the ground, right? And that you can just pick up. It's not even on the tree. It's just there.
That easy.
It's that easy. And I think that's where people should start. There are opportunities everywhere. Absolutely agree. I'll give you an example. We're working with a large hotel provider, and what they've done is they said, okay, these are the 10 things that we think each of our hotels should be doing to improve efficiencies within their hotels. And what they're doing is they're now assessing each of those hotels and saying, okay, which one of these things are you doing? And which of the things that you're not doing, when are you going to do them? And if you go after those things, those simple things, they don't necessarily need to be, large capital investments to go after. They can be very basic, but that in a large collection can have a big impact on the organization. So that's just one example. So I think, in short, it depends on the organization and really assessing where you are and then identifying what you think the biggest bang for your buck will be. But I want to touch on the IT side because there's a couple of interesting dynamics that go on in the IT organization. One is that what is IT's major function? IT's primary function isn't about reducing energy costs. IT's primary function is about providing service.
Right.
Uptime, availability, capacity limitations are things that they're concerned with. They're not necessarily concerned with cost savings. And the reason for that is because most IT organizations, they don't pay the energy bill. Right. And so the way that they look at it is, do I have availability? Do I have service? Can I have performance with my systems?
Right.
But with capacity limitations also becoming a challenge for some organizations, then they need to be more efficient with how they're dealing. One of the things that we're seeing, though, in organizations is that there's a shift to pushing some of that responsibility of cost within the IT organization, because I think that's something that will also change some behavior. And a final point, we talked a lot about virtualization and server consolidation. But as you do those sorts of things, what happens to the dynamics within your data center? Everybody's walked into a data center and it's very cold, right? But as you start to move to these big blade servers, you change the heat dynamics within the data center. And so your cooling requirements are very different than what they were before.
Right.
And so unless you're monitoring that at a very close level, you could be wasting a huge amount of energy.
Right.
And so getting more visibility into that and monitoring that on an ongoing basis from a real-time perspective is something that I think a lot of organizations
they're good
should do.
points.